Hello there, I'm Nick Wagstaff and this is my LinkedIn Learning application. A section taken from the middle of the course looking at burnout with the suggested title of Why Self-Mastery is the Foundation of Sustainable Leadership. So let's begin. Okay, let's get into the details of these 4 energy zones. Let's start with zone 1. Take a moment to imagine what it might feel like to be working in a high energy, positive flow. This is the top right corner of the model and it's called productivity. Imagine, reflect or remember you're energized, you're not frantic, you have clarity, creativity feels natural, your motivation is intrinsic and you're focused, but you're not overwhelmed. Maybe you can think of a time when that was true for you. A work example would be something like leading a project where everyone was aligned, ideas flowed easily in meetings, and despite being busy, it felt exciting rather than draining. You might have ended the day feeling tired and fulfilled but not exhausted, and you wake up feeling motivated, not because you have to, but because you want to. Your mind feels clear and your energy feels abundant but calm. Tasks feel challenging, but in the best way. It's stimulating, it's exciting, it feels like a purpose, almost playful. You lose track of time because you are immersed in what you are doing, not exhausted by it. If you can't relate, maybe that's something outside your working life, perhaps playing a sport you love or painting late into the night or getting lost in a creative project or even organising a big event where everything just clicked. Okay, let's now explore when things start to go off track. We end up in survival mode. What does that feel like? Maybe some of you have been there, maybe you're in it now. Here are some examples. You feel like you're constantly behind, no matter how hard you work. Your creativity seems to shut down. It's hard to even make the smallest decisions. And you notice things like irritability or your patience just shrinking with colleagues or clients, maybe at home as well. So this is sometimes where we can get confused with which zone we're in, because there's 4, and survival mode can sometimes feel like being hyper predictive. Your thinking narrows, you stop being strategic and you start fireflighting, focused only on putting out today's fires, and we know what the implications of that might be. You might wake up tired, you might go to bed wired, spend your day half distracted, half panicked. So first, let me give you a scenario of when you might feel like this. So imagine for a moment with me having back-to-back meetings all day. Maybe you don't need to even imagine, maybe this is happening right now. Rushing from task to task without time to think. You're doing a lot, but you're moving forward in a meaningless way. It feels like survival, not progress. And that's the name of this zone. And what happens when we stay in survival mode too long? Burnout. There is a very fine line between feeling challenged and feeling panicked, and it's often invisible until you've crossed it. So an example from my personal story of being burnt out was when I stepped into a senior leadership role. I kept telling myself that the pressure was normal. Long hours? Normal. Constant emails, interruptions, messages late at night. This is all part of the role, right? Feeling physically something off centre before meetings, and I just shrugged it off. I told myself, well, that's just what leadership looked like. But slowly the colour drained out of my days and I wasn't expecting anything else. I wasn't excited anymore. I felt numb. So there's ways for us to move out of the burnout zone. There are signs that we need to become aware of in each one, and we're going to come on to what is an ideal world and what is a realistic world.